Also, get down with the topic. 833-730-6377. Could you work with your spouse? All right. Could you work with your spouse? I was watching this story how Mark Consuelos, who joined his wife, Kelly Ripa. You've probably seen Kelly on TV for years. She was with Regis. And then he retired out. Then she was with Michael Strahan. Then she went through Ryan Seacrest. She can't keep a man. Now her husband, Mark Consuelos, joined the show. Heard the ratings are good. They're doing very well. It's a husband and wife kind of TV midday show or morning show, if you will. So they did a story about them, and I went straight to the comments, and people were commenting, I could never work with my wife. I could never work with my husband. And I want to put this to a theory because, JD, you're going to do a coffee run, with all due respect.
Okay.
Because at this time, Sienna's husband, Ivan, always comes to the station for why, Sien's?
So we live in the area, and I drive his truck to work, and he'll walk over and pick up the truck. So I see him every morning before I leave, and then when I get to work.
You're attached to this guy.
Yes,
you know
I
that,
love
right?
him.
Yeah. We got to get you out. Shouts out to our friends at Earnhardt. Nature hit me up. She's like, bring Sienna over.
Nature, let's make it happen because your girl needs a car, especially when we move buildings.
Yeah. We're moving out of this building. You need a car. So we're going to handle that. But I'm going to invite Ivan on the show. With all due respect, JD will be back for all his fan.
Why even be here?
And we're going to see if you and Ivan can work together and see the pros and cons. And at the end, it's almost like an experiment, JD. Like, can a husband and wife work together? Now, obviously, this is going to be very micro because you're only going to hang out for like a half hour working each other. I'm sure it's different 9 to 5 every day. But what is your prediction before we take some calls?
I think it would work well. I'm nervous for him because I know he doesn't know how this works, so he's probably going to be a little nervous. But I don't know. I feel like we could work together. I mean, maybe get on each other's nerves a little bit, but...
I want to see the conflict.
I got you. Odyssey app.
Okay.
While you're walking, listen to the Odyssey app.
Yes.
I did ask Sienna. This is always a big thing in morning show radio. And believe me, I've been through many shows where this is the first fight. Whose names are first? Who says your name first? And to me, it was always so ridiculous. But I'm going to say my name. And usually sometimes I do break and I'll just say, hey, it's JD Sienna, and I put my name last. I don't care.
Right.
But certain people have these egos that their name has to go before the new person. If I say my name, hey, it's Joey Boy, are you going to say it's Sienna? He's going to say Ivan, or Ivan then Sienna?
Ivan can go before me, so he can take JD's spot. He could be second mic, and I'll still be in my third place here.
That's impressive.
I wonder if he's going to go, like, you say Joey Boy, and then he just goes, Ivan. He doesn't say anything, like, beforehand. Can you just straight up, like, name it?
I'm going to let him decide. That's part of radio. I didn't tell you guys what to say. You guys just kind of said your names.
All right, the Odyssey app it is. I'm very excited.
Yeah. So we're going to test this theory out to see if spouses can work together. Special guest coming up here. We'll put him up straight up at 7. He usually shows up at 7, right?
Yeah, around 7.
Let's take a call before Ivan gets here, your hubs. And we got Anthony on the line. Producer Jules says that Anthony has a beautiful wife, Jocelyn. Is that right, Anthony?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and where do you work at, Anthony?
I work at Sunland Asphalt.
Sunland Asphalt. Could you ever work with your wifey, Jocelyn? Could you ever work out there all day with your wifey?
Personally, I couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it.
Why?
Sometimes we bump heads at home. I go to work to get away from the house.
It's your break. JD said you could never work with your person.
Never. When is it actually worked out, honestly?
Yeah. You're kind of like Anthony, like you're in a relationship. It's almost like you break away from each other.
Yeah, and then you like affect the mood of everyone around you.
Sienna's all about this. She would love Ivan part of the show.
Yeah, I think I'm developing attachment issues because I want to be with my husband all the time. So I would love if he was a part of my job.
Yeah, Sienna is addicted, and I'm her drug dealer. I want to give her more drugs too. Like, yeah, I love Ivan. Let's bring him onto the show.
You're feeding my addiction.
Yes, I'm feeding your addiction. Yeah, JD is against this. He's your intervention.
I mean, I do love Ivan, though.
You just don't think it's a good idea that they work together.
Like, have it be temporary, like, just drops off a package and then leaves.
No, I'm thinking like, listen, our show's getting bigger and bigger. If we had another person, we have a mic available, he can help out Jules. And they said, like, hey, man, you guys are doing well. Do you want to have some help on the show? And it's like, what about Ivan? Kind of jokingly. And I'm like, hey, wait a minute. That might be kind of cool.
Yeah, I didn't expect you to have that response.
Well, they're married, so that doesn't really count. I mean, if they started dating or, they were maybe a month or two into their relationship, but they're already married, so it's already done.
I know. That's the thing, because we're kind of basing it all on Kelly and Mark and Swills. They were married, and then he joined the show with her.
Yeah, and they've been married since the 90s, right?
Yeah, and it seems like it's working for them, but JD thinks it's a bad idea. I'm not hating on your husband, JD is.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty fake.
Well, you guys just bring your problems, and you're petty, and he's petty.
Yeah, you guys had to hear about some little tips we've had, but we would keep it professional.
Yes, but even if you did have tips, it'd be great content. You know, Anthony?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
What would be your biggest fight with your wifey if she worked at the asphalt company with you?
Probably working in the industry I'm in. Probably somebody else trying to get at her.
Somebody else trying to get at her. Ooh, let's look. Who here at the radio station would Ivan be jealous about China? No, everyone's really respectful with Sienna.
Yeah, I don't have that vibe from anyone.
Yo, everyone's really, really cool here in the building.
I don't know if Sales was in here.
Sales? Who's the creepy sales guy in your mind?
I'm not going to answer that
Play
question.
the game.
You brought it up.
Wow, Noah, I can't believe you said that and put him out like that. That's crazy. That's wild.
No,
JD
Noah's my friend.
Which person that we work with is a creep? John answers the question.
Well, Anthony's a hard no. He's hard no. Absolutely. You're happy in life with your wife and you're not going to take her. You don't want to work with her.
Yes, sir.
And she probably doesn't want to work with you.
Yes, she does.
What does she do for a living?
She's a stay-at-home mother.
That's a big job right there. That's a hard job.
Yes, sir. 3 kids.
3 kids?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, your pull-out game weak. All right. Anthony, thanks for the call, bro. He sounded kind of sexy, though.
I know, he sounded good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we do have your chance to either get Jelly Roll tickets or Swedish House Mafia. The choice is yours, $750. We're going to play a little game for that. In the meantime, JD didn't get fired. He's on a sabbatical, all right? He's gone for the next 15 minutes or so. I was watching the story last night, how people were coming at Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, her husband, who joined her show, and people saying they could never work with their spouse. So I want to test a theory. So JD went for a walk, and we have Sienna's husband, Ivan, in studio. I just want to do some breaks with you, Ivan, and thank you for coming on through. First of all, let me ask you a question. Do you think you could work with Sienna?
Absolutely. I
Yeah?
could definitely pull it off. Yeah.
You sure about that? You didn't sound too confident.
I feel y'all could, though.
I think so too. I mean, I'm her ghostwriter. You know, all her funny just comes from me, from
That
her.
is such a lie. He swears.
I feel like, does he give you some material?
No, Ivan is the kind of person who I will whisper a joke to and he'll say it out loud and then everyone laughs at his joke and his delivery. And I'm like, what the hell? I literally just said that.
My delivery is just that much better.
Whatever.
He's like, I got you. Hold on. Let me spit that joke out.
Yes. And I'm like, I'm your ghostwriter.
If you do that and you know he does that, then why don't you say the joke out loud? That way you get the credit.
I know. Sometimes I get shy.
It's because she's not as funny as I am.
Yeah. I feel like when I hang out with you guys, it's just like, damn, y'all really found your best friend to marry.
Yeah. I mean, that's why we got along so well in the beginning. We were just 2 friends and then we started hooking up.
No, you stole him away from a girl.
Joey, we don't need to create that narrative, okay?
You really did.
It wasn't stealing, all right? He wasn't in a relationship.
He's like, it's not stealing. She never really had him.
Yeah, no comment.
Yeah, I get a little nervous.
He's like, we've moved on. So I'm going to throw out 3 different subjects, okay? And ladies and gentlemen, you can call in. Could you work with your spouse or do you? Because I would like to talk to someone that actually works with their spouse and see how it goes. Remember when we first started, JD took off every week?
Yes, he did.
Ivan's a favorite. Like, people are like, oh, wow, that was kind of fun having Ivan with Sienna. We can just call Ivan, like, Ivan, JD's off again. Could you join us? He'd be like, yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah, a little part-time gig for you?
Yeah, I've been waiting for this opportunity.
How many hours a day do you work?
It varies. It could be 12, it could be 14.
Oh, yeah, we do. We do 5. We out.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, he hates me for that. It's like 11 and I'm on my way home. I'm like, all right, walking home.
She'll text me and I'll let all of my coworkers know, oh, my wife's going home. And it's like 11:30.
She's like, hi, Ivan. Yeah, I just hung out with Teddy Swims. I had a shot with him. And then we went to lunch and we're having a Christmas party. How was your day?
Nothing crazy. Just going to be at the Waste Management open all day.
We want to invite you into this. It could happen, Ivan.
I'm ready. I'm telling you.
Well, let's give it a shot. Now, listen, I sit here with your beautiful wife. We became great friends. I got to be honest. Sometimes she gripes about things. One being, I don't know what this is about, but she's not a fan of you trying to get maybe leg tattoos.
Yeah, we it's a recent thing. We just started talking about it. I want to do a whole sleeve on my right leg.
A whole
basically.
sleeve?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have never, like even before I've met him, I've just never really been a fan of leg tattoos. They don't necessarily give me the ick. I just don't like them. And then, yeah, he presented me the idea that he wants to get one. And I'm like, how do I tell him I don't like them?
A whole sleeved up? That's not sexy to you?
I don't know. And his inspiration is Messi, the soccer player. So that's who he's going for.
That's how I sold it. I was like, first of all, Google Messi's sleeves right now. The GOAT.
I got a guy, man. I got a guy who's nice.
Ready, man.
Yeah. Porky, sleeved up, leg. All right. Now, what if your wife puts 10 toes down and she says, absolutely not?
Yeah, guess we're not getting a leg tattoo.
Really? There's no argument.
That's what it is. No, yeah.
She has to sign off on it.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, you run him like that?
You know, sometimes I make the executive decisions in this relationship.
All right. What if he got it? What if he just got it?
If he got it, I wouldn't be mad. Maybe a little icked, but I wouldn't be too mad because I wouldn't want him to tell me, oh, I can't get, if I want a tattoo or piercings or something like that.
Do you deny him? You know, the shh.
No, I wouldn't deny him.
She definitely did.
I can't resist.
I'm telling you, I think if he got this leg tattoo, it's on him popping. She's going to blow your back out. All right, listen. What's up? Okay, next subject. Let's get pop culture with it. SZA Drake. Your wife talked about SZA Drake. Earlier, you spoke about them, Sienna. What's the deal with SZA?
Yeah, so she was on this little show called First We Feast with Keke Palmer and Issa Rae, their actresses. And they asked her, is Drake a good kisser? And if she didn't want to answer, all she had to do was bite into this hot wing. And this is what she said.
We were children. 2009, we were children.
She should have just said yes or no.
She didn't answer the
But
question.
she didn't answer, so it was very telling that he's probably not a good kisser.
So that's so disrespectful. Like, how are you going to do my boy like that? You know what I mean?
Is he Drake your boy too?
Yeah, absolutely. You
Okay.
can't do anything
Thank you for
wrong.
being honest. Well, here's the thing. I was like, well, that was like 15, 16 years ago. Ivan, do you remember who you kissed 15, 16 years ago? And was she a good kisser?
I was an actual child back then.
You're-
And
how old were you?
absolutely not. I'm like fresh from Mexico, just came back into the U.S. I was like 8th grade,
Be careful
maybe.
now.
Yeah.
Be
But no, I don't
careful now.
remember. I don't remember any women. From,
8th grade. What's that? That's like 14.
Yeah.
Maybe reaching. You're having tacos de lengua at that point. You haven't kissed anyone by 8th grade?
I was bullied a lot, so no, absolutely not.
No, absolutely not. When was your first kiss? How old were you?
Probably want to say like 16.
A year later.
Yeah.
Was she a good kisser?
I don't. No comment. No comment.
Come on.
No comment.
All right,
we were children.
That's why SZA did it.
That is why.
SZA's probably in a relationship with somebody.
Oh, that is true. Maybe.
You see how Ivan didn't want to answer out of respect for the person he's with
Yeah.
in front of him.
Yeah, but that's no fun. We play the game here.
I would have admitted kissing Drake. See, it's different. Very
Right. It's a joke I made up, and then JD stole it. And then Sienna
Lies.
told it,
My
yeah.
joke. My joke.
Listen, man, we're taking your calls. Could you ever work with your spouse is what we're talking about this morning. Kelly Ripa and her husband, Mark Consuelos, work together. They do TV, and we have Ivan, Sienna's husband, on with us. And I'm kind of just vibing it out and see. So far, how's it going, guys?
I think it's going well. How do you think it's going?
It's going great. I love this.
Yeah?
You sure?
I think so.
Okay.
How did it feel getting up early? Did your wife get up all giddy and excited? Like, babe, get up.
I got yelled at twice this morning. So
You got yelled at?
Yeah.
Because of this?
Yeah. We gotta go. She was in a hurry.
Yeah, he doesn't wake up. I try to wake him up. His alarms are going off. I'm shoving him. He does not wake up.
That would be a situation then if you try to do radio with him.
That is true, but I would force him. I would drag him out the house. He's not used to it.
Yeah. All right, so we're testing Ivan out on the show and see how you guys would work together. I know wife was telling me you're on this new diet. I've been dieting too. I'm down 21 pounds, Ivan.
Nice.
But you would do it opposite. I'm just literally, I stopped drinking alcohol. Look at his eyes roll back. I haven't ate red meat in 3.5 months and a portion control. So you would do a diet opposite of that.
Yeah. Well, just no alcohol is a little tough, but I'm trying. I'm trying my best. And then no red meat is, that's all I've eaten for 29 and a half years, man.
I know. Me too. But your wife said that, is it called carnivore?
Yeah, he's trying the carnivore diet.
I have a lot of friends telling me to do this diet. Now, what is a carnivore diet based on?
You're basically just eat meat.
That's it.
That's it. No veggies, no...
Wait, no
nothing
veggies?
else.
Yeah, so it's no carbs. So if it's not anything that's animal based, you can't eat it. So it has to be no fruit, no veggies, obviously no
What?
sugar and sweets. So it's literally just protein, no carbs.
Just raw dog and steaks, basically.
Raw dog and steak. Wait, so breakfast, lunch, dinner, all you're doing is eating meat?
You can eat eggs.
Eggs.
It's animal based, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
so you could eat eggs. So that's kind of the breakfast part of it, and then everything else during the day is just meat. Yeah, preferably red meat, but it could be any kind of.
Yeah, I got my boy JJ. He's on it. I saw him on Instagram prepping his stuff. You know, Jay, his sisters are the Bella twins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Nikki and Bree. So JJ's on it. He said, leftover steak from last night with eggs for breakfast. Preparing bison for dinner tonight.
Oh.
All right.
I'm like, oh, he's in.
Yeah.
So he out here hunting.
exactly.
At white tanks, a bison dinner. Well, I didn't know. I thought you could take at least like vegetables. So it's just literally just meat.
Yeah, that's it. And I mean, I feel like I did it, I think, consistently before that too, but it just kind of helped out, just kind of zero in and just meat this time, right? Just cut out all the rest of it.
Man, I don't know if I could do that just meat all the time.
I know. I was telling him it's funny because we eat chicken, fish, obviously steak all the time. So you think it's easy, but then now it's flipped because you're like, wow, I can't have broccoli. I can't have cauliflower. I know you don't like cauliflower, Joey, but it's just those things that you're like, oh, I don't think I'll miss it, but you will.
Yeah. So your side dish is like salt.
That's it.
No, literally
Yeah,
salt.
like seasoning,
That's it.
salt.
That's it. I was telling her yesterday, I was like, I'd sacrifice our firstborn for a slice of bread right now.
Yeah.
I was like, that
I
sounds
couldn't do
so
that
good.
one. Yeah, okay. I did not know carnivore diet involved no kind of veggies, no rice, no nothing. Oh, damn. Okay. When you start this?
I was like 4 days ago now, and I'm already going through it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like getting sick and stuff, like the keto flu. I don't know if you've heard of that,
Yeah.
but I guess there's this similar thing for this diet too. So he's having headaches and stuff. So I hope it does more good than bad.
I'm trying
What
to get
the
right,
hell?
man. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You trying to be snatched, right?
That's it.
I feel you, man.
Yeah, hot
You know,
girl summer.
Yeah, well, if he becomes a radio star, you're going to have all these women after him. Sienna, are you
All
okay
right,
with
chill
that?
out over there.
I'm saying, though, people already like Ivan. If he became a radio personality and joined the show, now you have he'll have fans. You know that, right?
He already does, which I feel the love from. So it'll only grow.
Yeah, and those are guys. Can you imagine if he's on the radio?
Very
like
true.
these girls that actually get to meet him. Like, oh, okay.
It really is, guys, because I'll be out and they'll be like, oh, you're from the Morning Mess. And then they're like, where's Babe? He's somewhere else right now.
How would you deal with that? If Ivan did radio and like, hey, we have a fourth mic available. Ivan's going to join the show. It'd be a little cool dynamic, a married couple on the show for a while. And you have these girl groupies.
Well, I already know I got it at home, so it's all good.
But you know,
It's all
girls
good.
want what they can't have.
Yeah, but don't mean my man's going to follow through, right?
Right. But you have to be
right.
professional. What if these girls try to throw it at them at an event?
Oh, hands are going to be thrown.
You
But-
can't.
Go.
Oh, I can't.
You
I have to be
can't.
professional.
You got to be professional.
I have to give attitude or something, at least like a little push, a little zhuzh, not a push,
Shoulder
but like
bumping.
a little something.
Now, how do you handle it, Ivan? With Sienna, do you have these little male groupies? What do you do when you notice someone's staring at your lady too long?
Straight eye contact.
Just straight
I
eye
don't blink.
contact. And say nothing?
until they notice that I'm seeing them look at her. Straight eye contact.
This was fun. Hey, we're gonna do a staycation setup. What are we gonna ask Ivan what he would do in this situation?
Okay, so if you were in this situation, we're going to check in with Iris. She thinks her man is cheating because she overheard him taking a phone call that he could have possibly gotten another girl pregnant.
Ooh.
So, what would you do in this situation?
Well, if I was in that situation, I'd be dead as soon as that phone call is over.
So you don't have a decision to make.
Nothing. It's just whatever decision, death. That's how it goes.
Yeah, you wouldn't get a chance.
Yeah.
Very well answered. All right. Hey man, Ivan, I appreciate you hanging in.
Of course, I appreciate you guys for having me.
Yeah. If JD decides to take, I don't know, March off like he did last year, we're gonna call you in, man. This was fun.
You guys have my phone number. Actually, I got to give you my
You
phone
gotta
number.
give
and
me
then
your
you'll
phone
have my
number. I've been trying a year to be, hanging out with Ivan. Sienna promised me every time, and she doesn't give. So I think there's some. She doesn't want us hanging out.
That's what it is.
It's either you're the bad influence or I'm the bad influence. I think it might be me. I don't know.
Might be you, but he also gets taken by JD too. So to add you to the list, Joey, I'm never going to see my man.
I know. He got all these women groupies and JD. And
Joey, chill out over there.